I said me, I know somebody say, yo, what time back? We will, yes, we will add a few minutes of your time. I know my man Randy just say, my man, that thing you're doing, you will not eat my time. But we are here, it's good. We have to make sure that everything is done properly. Uh, we have to make sure that everything is done properly. The CEO, when the man's on the line, he really fire. So you always love being here. He say he want to be the host, so you always want to be on the live. So we are here, beginning with the LTA, that communication. The LTA meaning the lead pressure. The meaning that turtles, when you not put fire behind their back, they do not operate. How will you just go about and cut people data bono without you giving them prior notice? You just go about doing your own thing. That's the problem. Those are problem we have with Liberians. Somebody own data they pay for, you have it, and you just allow yourself to take control of it as though you are the one paying for it for them. No, you don't do that. Allow the people to enjoy what they paid for. Allow the people to enjoy what they pay for. They pay for it and they need to use it. You're not the one paying for it for them. So your man came about, oh, we sorry, or XYZ, XYZ. You understand? It's not good. So let me put their communication here. This is the communication on the screen. Let me put this on the screen for uh, our people to see it. Right? I'm gonna place their communication here. Where do I put this? Uh, I want to place their communication, the communication from the LTA on the live screen so that uh, the people can see it. No, I want to bring this so the people can see it, right? Okay, so let me bring the CEO back on the line. The CEO is here. So, CEO, welcome.
Yeah, you are most. Thank you very much. I know we've been struggling to fix this thing, and
I'm
finally
coming.
you are
I'm
able
coming.
to.
Just hold on. Just hold on.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay,
Okay.
so I was just saying thank. I just saying thank you. We struggle on it, and finally you are able to get
Yeah.
through.
It's a new software, so we have to.
Yeah, I know it's new software.
And to just begin with the show, first of all, there is this communication from LTA. The man that reduced all of the data bonus, right? And yet, last night, lately, they have to publish this communication uh, talking about how they are apologizing to bring back the data bonus. I don't know whether you've been following that. Did you hear about the data reduction?
Yes, I heard the Liberia Telecommunication Authority
Uh-huh.
asking the telecommunication companies to create promo for the public. My concern is, first of all, how did the promo get out of the system? Because the promos were there. At what
Mhm.
level? At what happened before the companies took away the promos? Now that the LTA has to appeal to them to reinstitute the promos.
So
So
that's the
for me, it's a
communication.
concern. But you can read our release so
That's the
that our
communication.
people will understand what it says.
Can you see it on the screen, right?
I can see on the screen, even though it's
Okay.
I can't read it from my end.
Okay, so let me read. This is it on the screen for those of you following. Let me read it. And so the LTA said they this is the release, press release,
Okay,
December
I can
5th.
see, I can read it from here. I can read it from here.
Okay.
It says the Liberian Telecommunication Authority, the LTA, in consultation with mobile network operators, that is MNOs, and the National Association of Telecom listeners. What is that?
Yeah,
Users.
the
Users
users.
of Liberia. That's NTELCO has concluded on bringing back promotions that offer additional data on popular bundles together. The LTA service provider, uh, Natico, and other stakeholders have taken significant steps to keep data affordable for everyone in Liberia. More permanent measures are being developed to ensure affordable data in the long run. While these consultations are ongoing, we urge the public to be patient and rest assured that brought back promotional offers are brought back, I believe they meant, are brought
Mhm.
back as of today and providing relief will
Why you so
remain effect until the positive and lasting solution is implemented. Your patience is greatly appreciated as we work together to serve the people that. But actually, what is this? What are they trying to say here? I don't understand. They are still in consultation for the Liberian people. They should be patient as the telecommunication corporations, the mobile company. Have they agreed or have they not agreed? What does
that's
it
the
take for
question.
them to agree?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
that
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
that's the
listening.
problem. That's the
Mhm.
problem. So I don't know whether they are still in consultation or they have already come up with this conclusion that all of the data bundles should be restored because they just woke up one morning and took away everything. You
You see,
understand?
that's what happens when people forget that they are working for certain group of people. In Liberia, telecommunication is very expensive for most people actually. There are
Hmm.
very little people who can afford data. I know some of my relatives, they put 50 cent data or $50 Liberian dollar data, they put 100 Liberian dollar data, and these things don't go anywhere. And those bundles that used to be there, in fact, I myself used some of the bundle before. When I was in Liberia some time ago, somebody put a $1 bundle on my phone. And it helped me that for that Saturday and Sunday. This is what people should not forget, Archie. You work for the people. Make sure you monitor this thing. How did the mobile company arrive at a point to take away the bundle? How did they arrive at that? You know.
That's the problem. So, but we will leave them to that because they went under heavy criticism by the Liberian people, and so they went ahead to just abruptly do that. So the Liberian people criticized that. But we will leave that and don't have much time. We will just go ahead. And so there is this information, CEO, about this protestation, right?
Mhm.
Uh, this protestation was being uh, brought on the news scene of the Independent Pro newspaper.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah, the Independent Pro brought this. If you can see it, so they say
Yes, I can see it.
concerned citizens, non-stop capital lockdown tomorrow, December 17. So for the rule of law, the citizens are saying they are uh, they're going to protest because the lawmakers are not adhering to them. They are not doing what they're supposed to do as they were meant or elected to do for the Liberian people. So this is what the guys are saying. I don't know. What do you think of it? How do you look at this protest action? What will it mean for Liberia?
Well, Archie, you and I know that protest is a right in Liberia. Uh, the right to assemble, the right to petition your government. The
Mhm.
only thing that we as media people we discourage is this violent thing. We don't want to see people vandalizing properties, vandalizing public properties, vandalizing private properties, but they have absolute right to meet and consult and petition their government, especially at the Capitol building where the action is right now. And I agree with them that there is some problem with the rule of law uh, coming from the ruling of the Supreme Court, actually, all the way to the interpretation of the ruling by the Supreme Court by the Justice Minister and Attorney General, which is really making a lot of people nervous and angry. But Justice Minister to look at the ruling and just completely say different thing altogether from what the ruling said. You know,
Yeah,
actually, when I was reading, when you sent that thing to me, when I was reading it, I read the whole 4 pages, and I was wondering, wow. I
I just
mean,
sent you. I just sent you something to your WhatsApp concerning this story. What that Independent Pro wrote about the protests.
right. Right. So I wonder how people though when they go protest. First of
Mhm.
all, I'm really doubting these days whether Liberians really mean to protest or whether when they go protest they will remain focused and they will not be violent. I mean, we discourage violence, right?
Yeah,
We discourage any sort of destruction of properties because we don't want people going out there to destroy people property. They have the right to protest or lock down the Capitol building. They can lock it down. I mean, you can fill that whole place
yeah,
and
I know
without
right.
destroying anything. Yeah, they can do that. I
Just
mean,
staying with the flag because we have followed many protestations across the world where people would just go assemble with the placards, just
right.
silently doing that, silently, very silently. You don't even hear them. They just lift up their placards with different descriptions of what they want to do or what
Yes.
they want their leaders to do is being illustrated on their papers, being illustrated on the placards they are carrying.
Yep. So let read what the IP news that you just sent out to me. Uh, is that the one you were talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He said the ongoing budget hearing being carried out by members of the majority bloc may suffer serious setback as organizers of the planned citizen protest seek Supreme Court halt on proceedings. The chairman of the Concerned Citizen Movement of the Protection of Constitution and the Rule of Law in Liberia, former Grand Bassa Superintendent John J. Bigbe. Huh. Baghdad says,
That big
tells
name.
the authoritative, yeah, authoritative independent probe newspaper that all is now set for the formal petition of the Supreme Court to place a halt on further proceedings of the ongoing budget hearing as it is illegal and violate the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. Let me read the other last two paragraph here. Beiba stated that it was time Liberians stand up to challenge elements who grossly violate the Constitution of Liberia as the supreme pathway for the maintenance of protection of democracy. He also said that a concerned citizen movement of the protection for its constitution and rule of Liberia, rule of law in Liberia, will begin as part of series of non-stop. That's a key word there,
Mm-hmm.
non-stop. So they are telling all they're not going to stop. And this few days, actually, if you get small money, go and buy a one bag of rest and put it in the house because they say they're not going to stop.
I
Non-stop.
tell you.
Yeah, non-stop, non-stop protest. Okay, where am I? I'm almost. Okay, yeah, non-stop protest action Tuesday, December 17th. That's not tomorrow. I mean, that's today. That's tomorrow. This month at 6 a.m. on the grounds of the Capitol building to petition both the House of Representatives and the Liberian Senate to respect their the recent ruling of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia and returned to the doing of business of Liberian people. Bekwa stated that the action by the concerned citizen movement for the protection of constitution and rule of law in Liberia on Capitol Hill is part of the series of actions to be taken until lawmakers realize that the power is inherent in the people, and as representative of the people they are obligated to do the business of the people and act on their behalf. Okay, but actually I got a concern here. I don't
Mm,
know if these people have standing before the Supreme Court on this matter. I mean, any citizen can go to the Supreme Court and say, hey, I want you to do something for me. What remains is whether the Supreme Court can listen to you. The
oh,
ruling that was made by the Supreme Court of Liberia, there are two parties to that ruling: COFA versus the majority black, or group of lawmakers refer to themselves as majority black. COFA has a responsibility, the right under the law, under the proclivity of the law, to go
mm.
back to the Supreme Court and say, hey, I need something to be done. I need some
Yeah,
meritorium to
yeah,
be taken.
yeah, sure.
Right. I need some prohibition here because what you said, the people are violating that. And the Supreme Court can come up with a more clear directive. Because
But I
first of
think
all,
that
we
that's
know,
why I think
yeah,
that's why cover fire in a bit of information.
yeah, bill of information, correct. So that bill of information is supposed to bring to bear a more clearer explanation of the Supreme Court, what they said. What did they say? Those five justices. And surprisingly, it is not split. There's no dissenting opinion. The five justices agree with the opinion, with the majority opinion, with the opinion that was read by the Chief Justice. So if there's no dissension, it means they are all agreeing into this judgment, into this decision. Now, with the bill of information filed by COFA, I believe he's requesting. I hope you can find it and bring it on here. Then we can read it to our people. Yeah,
Let me see. It's a
yeah.
it's a it's a
My man, I don't know
voluminous.
how you can get a document there, but my man, you're not easy. Oh. You guess we're gonna spot there, government officer or what?
I wish I even get them. I hope to get them. It's a voluminous document, but I will try to get that. Very
Okay, the
voluminous.
bill of information. Yeah, the bill
Yeah.
of information. I wouldn't want to hear the prayer. So if you send it to the WhatsApp, it will come through, and I'll be able
Okay.
to. But
So.
but but the bill of information is the right way to proceed.
Mhm.
Actually, the people have made the Supreme Court to look foolish before all the Liberian people. People are interpreting what the Supreme Court interpreted. I don't understand that. I mean, people can usually disagree with the Supreme Court ruling. You can say, "Oh no, I don't agree with it." What they say, I don't agree with it. I know it is that's what they said, but I don't agree with it. You can disagree with the Supreme Court, but to interpret the Supreme Court interpretation, it is something I have never seen, and different interpretations. And some of them, when I interpreting, they leave a key issue out. They take the one they want to interpret and leave the other one they don't want to interpret. Okay, so it's a new phenomenon in our country. It's a new attitude by people in our country. I know those lawmakers from the beginning, they didn't even want the Supreme Court to participate. Remember now, actually, the
Mhm.
Justice Minister was the one who suggested to the Supreme Court that you don't have to put your hand in it yet. Leave it alone. Don't go there. Don't talk
Yeah.
inside.
Mhm.
Now the
So they
Supreme Court ruled and say, "Oh, the Supreme Court on the side of the majority black." So
so
it
then what
was
are you saying?
premeditated.
Oh yes, it was very premeditated because you are already given your ground. You tell the
Right,
Liberian people where do you stand. That you do not want to interfere or intrude into what the legislative politics says, right?
right.
But then you are again going ahead to say, look, though I said I don't want to play into this, but Supreme Court, I think what you said was not the exact thing the law say, and this is the interpretation of the law. Then that means you are undermining the operations of the Supreme Court of Liberia.
This man need to be held in contempt. This justice minister need to be held in contempt if the Supreme Court believes that he is undermining their authority by misinterpreting what the Supreme Court said, they should hold him in contempt. This man is the dean of the Supreme Court bar. It
Mm-hmm.
means he is the head lawyer for all of the lawyers that appear before the Supreme Court. And you have a responsibility under the executive law to provide legal opinion to the Supreme Court that will lead the Supreme Court to make a just decision, a right decision. You cannot provide opinion to the Supreme Court that will mislead the Supreme Court. And then, after you misled the Supreme Court and say you don't have any authority to talk in this thing, and the Supreme Court came back and said, no, so and so law says we are responsible. The Constitution said we are responsible. The executive law said we have the responsibility to participate in this or to act on this. Now this is what we say. Then you come back and misinterpret what they said. After you misled them, then you mislead them again and
Mm-hmm.
mislead the entire public. I can't believe it that we are going through all of this just because of power. People don't want to relinquish power.
That's
People don't
just the
think,
point. That's
yes.
just it. So let me see whether I can place this on the screen. This is the bill of information from KOFA. Uh, from KOFA, people have already started using the WhatsApp line to call already.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So let me place this on the screen. I think we will ask for maybe 10 minutes of the time. So let me just place this quick and you look at it quickly before we
Oh
open the
no,
floor.
but we can go about 30 minutes. We'll do
Okay.
30 minutes for the because you'll be out by 5 o'clock, right?
But I should be out by 6 o'clock. So we
No
have
problem.
just
We'll take 30 minutes, oh man. I'll pay for that 30 minutes.
okay. So you must send the people telling me the money.
I'll tell you, we'll 30 minutes, but man, you see, I'm not by my team, man. You
I
want
know.
you're trying to hold me honest, eh?
Yeah. So folks, today we will go extra time as the CEO said, 30 minutes. So he let me see this. This is it from Kofa. I try to place on the screen. Let me place this first one on the screen already. Uh
If you can send it to me, I can just read a prayer, the one that say, "Wherefore, in the view of the foregoing," because that's
okay,
what he
so
wants.
yeah, so let me send it to you. I also add it here.
Yes.
Right? Let me send
And,
this to you.
and why he sent it for those of you who are listening on Wake Up Call, this is the second section of Wake Up Call. In the first section, Archie and his listeners and callers very diligently discuss the attitude of the traffic malaise. People driving recklessly, disrespecting traffic sign, traffic rules, disrespecting police signals, and police themselves are sometimes they are not even paying attention to the kind of job they have to do and
I tell you.
taking $5 from motorbikes and stuff like that. And Archie and his listeners were trying to discuss that. Now we are talking about what is happening at the
Yeah,
Capitol.
at the capital, sure.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
send that to you. I just
Yeah.
send that to
Okay, just send it to me. That's great. I will just that's good. Okay. Yes, I see that. I see that. Let me see. Yes, this is it. This is it. Oh wow, that's a voluminous. Like you said,
Mm,
there are so many constitutional things he raised inside here. The Bill of Information seeks to correct the mistake. It said the Constitution of certain action taken by some members of the legislature of the 55th. So what Kofa is asking for in the Bill of Information is he wants the Supreme Court to look back at the ruling and say respondent. Listen to count one. Count one. Count one says the
mm.
respondent deliberate violence. Let me start from the top. It says informant J. Fanatic Kofa, Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature, and other members of the House of Representatives are submitting this bill of information, bringing the following to the honors attention and praying for honors to take the appropriate corrective action. Now, Kofa is now doing the right thing. Actually,
Yeah.
this man is sticking with the law. He is. He is trying to make sure that the law is the paramount decider of this issue. Count one. It's very important. Count one. The
Mhm.
respondent who are the majority blacks. When they say respondent, they are talking about the majority black. The
Sure.
respondent deliberate violation of your Honor December 6th ruling and their refusal to obey the same. So now the justices are on record, Achi.
Yeah. So this is
The
what you read.
justices are on record.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the prayer right there, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the justices are now on record that somebody has disobeyed their ruling. They are under responsibility to interpret their own ruling, to explain what their ruling is, to reinforce it, or to move the goalpost if they want to. They can do
Okay.
that. So they are under responsibility. They have a legal instrument now, a legal
Mhm.
request for them to act on the ruling. Number two, the wrongful interpretation of court's ruling by the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, which contributed to the respondent violation of the court's ruling. Now, Kofa is complaining directly the Justice Minister to the Supreme Court. This
Sure.
is a huge twist of the case. Because first, Kofa was not bothering about the Justice Minister, the Attorney General.
No, he wasn't.
But now he is saying, you Supreme Court people, y'all the five justices, y'all made a decision. The people that are supposed to obey the decision, the majority black, they are refusing to listen to what you said. And more than that, the justice minister, the dean of the Supreme Court bar, the man who is provided by the executive law that's supposed to provide legal opinion to the Supreme Court to guide them to make legal and prudent decision. Kofas is telling the Supreme Court he is misleading the public and he is wrongfully interpreting the ruling and making the majority black to disobey
The
the,
rule of law.
the rule of law. And this is a huge complaint. It's a huge complaint.
So is we hope that we anticipate to see what become, because like I said all of the CEO, the thing about it is that, like you said, the justice minister being the dean of the Supreme Court bar.
Yeah.
I know after being sent to the ethics and grievance committee to look into this matter, my
Right.
fear, and I know the public will also be thinking about, is that the justice minister represents the executive, which is the president.
Right.
Now, do you think the executive headed by the president will sit and watch decisions that have been made already, or interpretation that have been made, stating the side of the president, or going in line by the thoughts of the president being twisted by the Supreme Court without anything being done undercover? So these things are,
Actually,
yeah, I believe they will be under mine.
that's a good question, Archie. One of my men told me he works in the government. I don't want to call his name. I'm a very good friend. He's a deputy minister. The guy said, Gibson, y'all can talk and talk. We will make sure the president will not watch the TV. He will not listen to radio. He will not go on social media. We will tell him what he wants to see and what we think he should see. So I don't
Oh,
even know whether the president is reading these things, whether the
eh,
president even listening to us right now, whether the president watch news or listen to news. I don't know any of that. But your question is a not just a moral question, it's a legal question to say the president, before the justice minister submitted his opinion, his interpretation to the minister of state, because the minister of state asked by the instruction of the president and say, tell us, Mr. Justice Minister, what this ruling means. What is the Supreme Court saying? Give us an idea, give us an interpretation of what the Supreme Court really is saying that we should do. And he is telling the president, because the minister of state is the ministry that manages the president, everything, budget,
sure,
payroll, everything, instruction. They're the one do everything that the president wants to do. They are the one that act on behalf of the president. They are the one the president speak through most of the time. The president instructed the minister of state to ask this question to the justice minister. Please tell us what this really means. And the justice minister submitted his interpretation and said the Supreme Court is actually ruling in favor of the majority black. He wrote all the opinion and left the major issues and missed, in my view, I'm not a
Mhm.
lawyer. You and myself, we're not lawyer, but
No,
for
no,
common
we
sense,
are just giving our opinion on
yeah,
these
our
matters.
own opinion. We're not lawyers. So your man, I can't say the
So,
other two people they not they are the lawyer. No, we're not lawyer.
no, we
But
are not.
for common sense sake, what they say, if you have been sitting, if you have been taking actions and you're sitting, your actions are not in conformity with Article 33 and 49. Everything you are doing is not in line with the law. It's ultra
Mhm.
virus.
Oh yes, it's not in line.
It's not in line. That's simple English. Oh, we about just go by the simple English.
Uh-huh.
Now, Kofa is complaining the justice minister. Kofa is now complaining the justice minister to the Supreme Court and say, the thing you said, your ruling, the Attorney General, the Dean of the Supreme Court Bar, the man who's supposed to guide you by the executive law, he
He's
is
now
misleading.
misleading,
He's
and
not
and
misleading the
in
majority
order
black
to,
and the Nigerian people.
oh yes,
Let's see what the Supreme Court is going to do.
in order to dissuade the minds from the actuality of what is happening. You know,
Yes.
like you always said, me, I always love how you place it. Kofa won the battle, but the fight is more than him.
Oh, the fighter more than him.
So
Ah,
there,
my
there
man.
is this. I listened to the vice president. I listened to the vice president on Spoon. Spoon posted this, and the vice president, they caught him unaware, and he picked up their court where he explained how the meeting, with Kofi, the president, and other cabinet ministers went, and what was
Mhm.
the demand. They put out three demands according to the vice president. One, in fact, Kofi put out the three demands, and one he preside that those guys go about, to cancel the suspension of the other lawmakers they suspended from the COFAS block, and also
Yes.
forget about the budget hearing. So the guys accepted two of it and said they cannot allow COFA to preside. So with this, COFA too felt that he cannot accept any other outcome of the meeting. This was the reason for which he rejected the president's quest for his resignation. This was the
Actually, I
reason.
think the man right on. I think he's right. Because so let me ask a question.
Mm,
The man say, don't do the budget hearing.
you
Leave the
agree?
budget hearing. Also, all those that you were suspend that you say you suspended, they should be allowed to come into the section. You say we agree. Those are decisions that they made that they are willing to go on. They are going to forget. They agree. But they want for Kofa not to
Not to
preside.
preside. That's the problem.
Kofa should
That's where
sit
the
in
problem
the
lies.
Kofa should sit in the audience as an
Mhm,
ordinary representative of Grand Crew County.
mm.
How possible can that be? And why would they not even accept that? Is it not possible? What I thought the post said they have about 50 people, first of all. They said they have 50 people that will be able to just move the man, you know?
Uh, so I don't
Yeah.
know why so my question now, you get 50. Why
Yeah.
are you afraid?
Just go, the man said now you put it on the floor, move the man within less than 5 minutes and the man is out.
So
So,
I was in conversation with somebody, and I don't know what I was at the radio station here, and they said the guys fear to go on Kofa is that Kofa may not accept any other suggestion or point raised that he should resign. I said any other motion. I said no. Kofa alone does not have the right to reject any
eh,
motion being raised in section. That, oh, Mr.
no,
Speaker, please recuse yourself. No, he doesn't have the right. In fact, one
he doesn't
person,
have the power to refuse.
no, you can't. He can do that. So
No, he can't.
how will then he refuse when there is a motion fight, that issues that surrounding you? You cannot preside. So recuse yourself and let maybe the deputy speaker or any other person that's supposed to do take your place. So the law
But
is there.
that would have been the right thing. That would have been the right thing. That would have
Oh
been the right
yes,
thing for them to do. They go on the floor. They say, Mr. Speaker, somebody raise a motion and say, Mr. Speaker, you cannot preside over this because it has to do with you,
with you.
and we want the deputy speaker to preside over this thing. Mr. Speaker will recuse himself and he will not preside over that. He has no authority now to preside because they will take a vote. And since they say they got 50 people, every time they take a vote, they will win because they got 50 people.
Oh
They can
yes,
get 49 at any time. That's the easy thing. They got 49 at any time. Now
it's
it's time for the resolution to be put on the floor for test. They put the resolution on the floor. Kofa does not have enough people to kill a resolution.
right
Because they
there.
said
He's gone.
they said they have 50 people. You got 50 people, then Kofa just got maybe 10 people. You already got 50 people.
So
10
right there,
people
he's
cannot
gone.
kill that resolution.
No way.
So the resolution is allowed to go on the floor. The voting is allowed to take place. The voting is done. The vote is counted. Kofa is out. Kofa returned to the plenary floor, and the new speaker takes over. That's all Kofa is looking for here, Achi.
That's all.
He
That's
does
all.
not want a situation where a group of people just gather, they go and meet to somebody's house, the Imam Kole house, Representative Kole house,
And do
take
anything that pleases them.
15,000, they give each person 15,000. My man collected 2,000 from each person money.
That's the interesting part of the whole thing. I don't know why the guy is collecting 200 bucks for each person. That,
But, but my man collected the smartest man in the whole thing here. The man,
so just
the man,
imagine,
anybody can't get your 15,000,
so
they may take two
you know,
ball.
he was working as chair on I don't know, administration, and so he was
So
working.
he the one sharing it. He the one sharing it Mogove.
Yeah, because the guy
Okay?
already aware of his position. He know what position he will gain when their plot against Kofa worked. So he already started working. So, my man, I'm the boss. You gotta give. you know, this
And
is serious.
the men again refuse because they know when they refuse, they may not get. First of all, you're not even giving it to you. Just tell you, say, my man, that 15,000, I giving you
I'm
14,800.
giving you 14.
The 200 there for my beer.
Cool water.
Every man I king, all the men I king, man at 200, all of them. Colette a
So
smart man. I don't know what kind of
listen,
bunker the man
focus.
coming from, but
This is a serious matter. We just attaching this a little joke, but it's very
yes,
serious. This is what is killing the fabric of the society. Corruption to the higher extent. This is why Yeke always said, if the guys would have done what they're supposed to do as
yes,
that the law require. But this time, nobody will be talking about, oh, the guys accepted money from people, but for the fact that they get bribery involved, that
yes.
means it is on the contrary already. You understand? So now their fear now is that, do you know what some of the problem lies now?
Uh,
Uh Kofa Kofa, I foresee that Kofa wanted to resign, right? I don't know whether I shared this information with you, that he was proposing that Bedete contest for the speakership if he resigns.
mhm.
This was serious. The vice president confirmed that. To the extent that Bedete went to Nimba asking the elders to talk to the vice president to support him just in case there is a speaker
You were
election after
contesting.
Kofa is gone.
Mhm.
And so the vice president agreed, gave his word that he's going to support Bedete if there was an election. So the only thing they were waiting for is that the Supreme Court to dissolve all of the leadership at the lower house and constitute an electoral body that will go to election. But then Kofa will be resigning because Kofa will be expecting Bedete to contest that he will support. That was
Yes.
the plan. That was the plan. But unfortunately, it didn't go the way they expected.
The people try to they're trying to bamboozle the Kofa. They think Kofa is at a weak point. The president's already threatening. I think
Kofa.
tomorrow they'll be taking away his amenities.
Yeah.
They'll be taking
If
away his
if they had not
vehicles.
done that,
If they are not already done that, we're going to see if you guys are passing in front of the place there, you'll just peep in a compound and see whether he passing.
he's not really in that compound.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, yeah, because he got burned the other time he
Yeah, it's
transferred.
still under renovation.
Yeah. You're right. He got burned the other time he got gutted by fire. So actually, what they are doing actually they are just bamboozling this guy. Can you imagine the president is deliberately the executive mansion is deliberately intentionally sidestepping the ruling of the Supreme Court. The Justice Minister is deliberately misinterpreting the Supreme Court ruling. The majority black are adamant and they are continuing. The president is seconding his ministers to appear before the majority black for for budget hearing.
The thing about the guys is that they make everything look in their interest because they're part of the Supreme Court's ruling that says anyone who acts or any sitting that is in conformity, so they are saying it's both sides. Kofa
Yeah.
men too are behaving the same. they are they are not in conformity with the law. So they are doing this in short to blind the minds of Liberians to the reality. That's just all.
And it's going to look again. Even though I know we're going to take calls, and I'll be glad to listen to our listeners. I think this is our first live stream. We are using new software. I won't call the name before people can steal it from us. But, but on social media, if Max is a new software, just a StreamYard, but it has a better for me. It has a better. It's going to take over
Yeah,
StreamYard very
yeah.
very soon. It's going to take over
I mean,
StreamYard.
since today, he has not since I started the first live up to now, he has
Yes.
not tripped. Yeah,
Yes. So we are using, and our people, the people who have been listening, they will be able to make their input. But let me make these few comments while they are preparing themselves to make a call. Look, the problem we have is whether Kofa succeeds. If Kofa succeeds, it's going to discourage people in the house meeting outside of the normal perimeter, meeting outside of the normal sitting, and writing down names without any cost. The people said the speaker can be removed by cost. Up to now, we do not have a document. I've never seen it. Maybe actually he's a document chief.
so
I've never seen it.
the only thing they say, uh, but then when Kofa was in Italy with the president, uh, they have what they call a resolution. They listed the reason for which they want to remove Kofa. Certain conflict of interest. That Kofa is a representative, he's still a lawyer. He has his law firm, still running things. So, and Kofa alone unilaterally send representatives of the House of Legislature to the eighth ECOWAS Parliament. Those were reasons for which they say they want to remove
Okay,
Kofa.
so maybe their reasons are legitimate,
Mm.
but the first one that I heard it made me feel like they're not even serious because Kofa had his law firm and he was representing other government institutions like the Liberia Petroleum or NOCAR. He was
Mhm.
representing NOCAR. They saw all of that and he elected a man as speaker.
In fact,
First of all,
Deputy
they
Speaker
saw all
first.
of that. They saw all of that and elected the man first as deputy speaker in the 54th legislature. Now they saw that also and elected him as speaker in the 55th legislature. They didn't have problem. They didn't scrutinize it. So
No
now
way.
they believe now it's a conflict of interest. Now he got the lawmaker, he a lawyer, and his law firm is. First of all, I disagree with that because I argued that case before. Having a law firm does not mean you are participating in the activities. You can so because Kofa has a law
That's your
firm.
business. That's your
Yeah.
business. So
So
you
so
choose who to
because
manage your business.
exactly. So if we're using that analogy, Then we'll have Patrick Horner to resign from LTA because he has a radio station
It has a radio station.
and he monitoring radio stations. Can anybody say Patrick Horner is doing the wrong thing? In my view, I would say no. The man has a radio station before they appointed him. He can't go and dissolve a whole radio station just because somebody appointed him. It's the president's responsibility to not take all those who have a conflict of interest. And if he is now making decisions that favor his radio station, then other radio station we got issues. But the man had a law firm. The law firm had other lawyers, and he's not the only partner. He's not a sole owner. He had
Mm,
partners. So the decisions of the partners will override his decision as well. So they are representing Nokai. And what is Nokai? It's a government entity that he's representing.
mhm,
He's representing a government entity. And who is he joining now? Joseph Boakai is the president. And that he Nokai, the man representing, providing legal services to Nokai. So
And
if
no
that
guy,
was an
guy
issue,
also generating fundings for the
okay,
government.
if generative fund. If that was an issue, you shouldn't have elected a man as a deputy speaker because he was there before being deputy speaker. Then you
Mm,
shouldn't have elected a man as speaker. Okay, talking about selecting someone to go to the African Pan African legislature or lawmaking group. Fine. If that is a standing rule, I haven't read it in the rule yet that if the speaker wants to send somebody, they have to vote upon it. That's an issue that you can take right before the plenary
mhm,
and revoke it. Somebody can put a hand up and say, Mr. Speaker, I move that we should discuss this issue. Let's put it on the floor. Let it put on the floor and let's say let record these people because they were not sent properly. And let's see if the man will not listen, if you will not get a vote. So you want to remove the man for all of this. Okay, fine. You want to remove the man? That's great. That's what we want. Remove the man. You got a right to remove anytime you want to remove him. But we are saying,
mm.
show us the way.
Oh
Show
yes,
us the governance process.
that's
Do
just
the
it.
right thing. Okay? You set up your own process. How to
Mm.
remove people, how to elect people, how to make decisions. Go by that process that you set in motion and let it work for all of us.
So let's see how we can get caught. So first of all, the protest tomorrow that is being planned by these concerned citizens, if it's necessary, you can give your view on that. What do you expect of this protest? Do you see things materializing the way the citizens want it? Those are few questions that you need to answer. So let's accept few calls here, CEO.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where do you call from?
Yeah, my name is A. G. I'm calling from Ruto Town.
Roto Town, sir. I know my Roto Town, Papi. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, as of today,
Uh-huh.
me, I've gathered money for the woman of Liberia,
Uh,
Farouk.
uh,
So no changes you hear on the air. But I want to call on Yange Babe. Almost
the former superintendent.
Yeah, I want to call him to please postpone the protest.
Okay.
Then postpone the protest after Christmas
Okay.
in January. Right now, according to my security information, Unity Party youth,
Mm,
if they try tomorrow, Babe and a group try to get in the streets,
mm.
it will be bad for the country. The children are playing
Okay.
to Canada Monrovia
Thank
to
you.
cause chaos, and the police will be on their side.
Thank
So
you so
I'm
much.
telling you, we should postpone the protest until after the Christmas season. We can do it in January.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the WhatsApp number is placed on the screen. The WhatsApp number is there. Those of you following outside of Liberia want to call, the WhatsApp number is on the screen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you call from?
Okay, this is Emmanuel. We are calling from the Cannabis Bell.
Go ahead.
Brother, thank you for the program and thank you for the information.
Mm,
Let me just talk to that fellow who just spoke his mouth.
mm,
My view is that protest will not be cancelled because what we're sensing here now is we are dealing with crisis and coming from democratic government to the territory. When our right is not protected, especially the last horse. It first started with the House of Representatives. So, the executive will screw herself from. But then we go low, so the executive who's supposed to stop, who's supposed to come in with wisdom, we realize that the executive started taking side.
Okay.
So but they said in this case, and the case going to the court, the entire Liberia in the court that the Supreme Court will make the last decision, and then people started saying, oh, whether you like it or not, any result that comes from them, we're not liking it, they're finding where to go. And because the reason people were silent like that, people knew very well that the Supreme Court is the last.
Okay.
That when the Supreme Court come out to make a decision, everybody will
Oh yes. Oh yes.
yeah. But for the Supreme Court to come up with a ruling, I don't have a problem whether the Supreme Court did not come up, while the way people expected, or while the Supreme Court came up with 2 points. The article was there, it's rated at 43 and 49.
Yeah.
That is the Constitution. The so-called, I know how you describe it, they refuse to honor it, and the executive that we depend on that's supposed to enforce our law, supporting the kind of wrong act, the protest will exist, and if possible, Joseph Waka will be our presidency.
We will be there tomorrow. We just hope that it be
We're not
peaceful.
taking it
We
for
just hope that
fun.
it be
We are
peaceful.
serious. We are very, very serious about it. And the lawmaker will listen to the Liberian people and will make sure that Joseph Waka is saying, or other than that, let him be our power and let us find different voices.
Okay, thank you. Our WhatsApp line +231 888 577750 is the WhatsApp number. Good morning, this person.
Yeah, Brother Aji, good morning.
Good morning, Joseph Tamba.
And we say good morning to the CEO. We say good morning to Liberians in general. For the public, my name is Joseph Tamba. I phone from District Number 6, Masawelo County. Brother Aji, that protest is dead upon arrival. looking at the character who is calling for this protest.
This is a former superintendent, who operated in whole county.
If you look at the track record of Janje Babe, the people of Grand Bassa County complain that he ate development funding.
Okay.
The interests of the people were buried under his superintendency as superintendent of Grand Bassa County. So this individual, this character, and the party that this character come from, that protest is dead upon arrival.
Okay.
Why it is true they have that democratic right to assemble or to petition the lawmakers or the government in general, they should also understand that where the right ends, another right begins. Under this regime, we will not tolerate whoever that stands in the way of the development agenda and the progresses of the Liberian people. Why will you go and protest while budget hearing is ongoing for the progress, for the development, and for the transformation of our country? We say that protest is dead upon arrival, and I will abandon my busy schedule and attempt of the protester to go on the contrary. We will be there to defend and protect our country.
But what means you will defend? Are you a security personnel? Are you a security personnel?
Achi, we were here when Cabinet General was illegally removed. We were here when Cabinet General filed at the ECOWAS court and won the case against the former government. And ECOWAS they gave 2 instructions to the government, but then headed by George Manewuya, to reinstate the mayor or he should be paid his benefit. Was that done? No. So what was wrong yesterday should be good today. Fanatic Kofa is out. Okay. The executive is not going to pay anything. He's completely out.
Thank you. This person, good morning.
Good morning, Aki.
Morning, what is your name and where you call from?
You're speaking to Asebo this morning from Duburu.
Go ahead.
So I want to respond to one of your caller.
Just go ahead and make your point. Forget about responding to people. Just make your input.
Okay, thank you. You know what I have to say? We all have our democratic right. Tomorrow, anybody who call to put fear in other people, they are lying. Tomorrow, we all will be at Capitol building to stand for our right. For they by they are benefiting.
Okay.
Somebody they are receiving side screen. But for other people, going in the rural community, children are not in school. So we should be saying that they be benefiting. No,
Okay.
we are not going to do that, brother. We are going to our lawmakers.
All right. We will monitor the process and we hope that you guys just be peaceful because the Constitution provides that you should assemble peacefully. But
Thank you.
your assembling should not violate the
This is why
movement.
Daniel Papa said, he
Uh-huh.
said the example be peaceful.
Mhm.
He continued to read the on radio station. He
Okay.
doesn't go violent. So
Okay.
anybody who
I
comes to
will.
contradict his statement, you lie.
I need to get Janje right after the show. I need to talk to him.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
077907907 The female line 778075616 and our WhatsApp number +231 888 the numbers to put you on the show here this morning and always on Wake Up Call. So, folks, this is about Liberia. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. What is your name?
Hi, morning, brother.
I'm good. What is your name? Quickly go ahead.
He's calling from Red.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul, the men are going for the project tomorrow. Remember, carry children along with you. You need children out in here. I will get our brother. You know, the same name will be do tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Thank you. So I think he made a point. Let's get this person on the WhatsApp line. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you come from?
All right. The name is T. Calvin to the Junior, and I do join you from India, Punjab State this morning.
Bonja. How's India this morning?
Yeah, thank God. Everything is okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been following, and as it relates to the issue of this straw removal, you know, these renegade lawmakers that are referred to as Islamic militants that want to use Boko Haramic means to remove the speaker. I think they understand the Supreme Court ruling. The first thing they referenced from the beginning of the ruling, it says unconstitutionality of action taken by certain lawmakers. The RS says that there are things that the lawmakers are doing that are not in line with the Constitution. That is very clear. The meaning of ultra violence is clear. Even if it is your first time hearing that phrase, go on Google or go anywhere that you think you can define it. The definition is very clear.
Yeah.
And who's doing something that is not in line with the Constitution? They are the one. Before removing your colleague, have the total majority and have him voted out by cause. The meaning by cause, they understand all of these things. So they are saying the Constitution, they're only using the political side because they have the number. Politics is all about number. So they're using the political means to suppress the speaker to resign. Now they are saying they remove the man. Why they're just saying the man should resign? You say you don't want to do business with me, you are doing business with majority, but you're still asking him to resign. So you see the contradiction?
Okay.
Can you imagine a man like this trusted minister that everyone is looking up to was even brave to say that the ruling is in favor of the majority bloc? It's very frustrating for such a man to come on public or in public to make such decision. So thank you so much this morning. I'm still following.
Thank you so much for following from way in India. He's following from Bonja State in India. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where do you come from?
Samuel Mani, calling from Mambagwe.
Mambagwe. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
I'm getting you.
Hello?
Oh God, I don't know what is happening. 07779079070 07779079070 887 11107 0778 075 for the female, and the WhatsApp plus 231 888 This person is on the line. Good morning. Oh God, the guy is in the parking. I tell you, it's not easy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please lower the
Yes, good
radio.
morning.
Please lower the radio.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name?
Abraham, you are calling from Chelsea Road.
GS0. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm supporting the peaceful demonstration tomorrow in Nigeria
Okay.
because we voted these guys as representatives to represent in the parliament, but they are not doing well for we the Liberians.
Okay.
Because if the Supreme Court had told you what to do, I think they had to go back in the chimo and do what they're supposed to do to please the Liberian people. But they are there in the parliament to please themselves. They make law that suit themselves. They do what they want to do instead of they do what the Liberian people want them to do. So even I told people in Liberia, I think 11 and 1, all the for the 7 or for the 6 representatives that we call them back in the continuity and impeach all of them, let them go receive the representatives. Let them sit down because they don't want to work in the interest of the Liberian people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you call from?
I'm Kaibatila calling from Birmingham Highway.
Birmingham Highway. Go ahead.
Nobody you put here in us.
Okay.
People shouldn't be calling we get our war right.
Okay.
And the right is the right thing should be done. If it's not done, constitution we should examine peacefully.
Thank
So
you.
tomorrow, in fact, we're beginning today.
Okay.
We bring back our data starting today and tomorrow.
Thank you.
That double thing we're doing tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Lawrence Yene from the WhatsApp.
Good morning, Chief Bob Yene. How are you, Chief?
I'm good. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the show.
Okay.
Yeah, the protest they're talking about to be staged at the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
What is the essence? You already get protests going on there among the lawmakers. The people already protesting. They are at disarray. Why are you taking a peaceful citizen to carry them for to go do to make the situation more chaotic? I think if there should be protests, you have to take it to the Supreme Court so they can be specific on their ruling.
Okay.
The people carry their petition, their petition to them. Was it denied or it was granted? Be simple. Mune, Vara, Bene, what kind of Vara, Ultra, Vari, what kind of we? Move it from there.
And just go to the point. Just go straight to the point.
You sorry?
No, I said the just forgot about what kind of virus and go straight to the point.
Yeah, what kind of Vara, what kind of bacteria? Move it from there. Be straight to the point. Say, Funanti, your petition is hereby granted.
Okay.
Wherefore, in view of the foregoing, your petition is hereby granted or hereby denied. Simple. Or take the protest to the executive and get their point. The other remaining two branches of the government, we can go with protest to the same place where protest already going on.
Okay.
That will cause more chaotic situation for the citizen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yene, calling us from the United States of America. Thank you. This person, I see we have less time. 07779079070. Let's get a few calls before we just get to the CEO and we'll conclude from that end. This person on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Morning. What is your name?
My name is Anthony Joa.
Anthony Joa. Go ahead.
We divided previous one going to RLJ and the other one to the Capitol building. Yeah, the divide also will not allow anybody to go to RLJ no more.
Okay.
Let me see the way we disturb it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother. This is Emmanuel. I try to call back to respond to one or two things that are left, or please, I beg.
Yeah, 30
Okay,
seconds. Go ahead.
the reason the Liberian people are going to the House of Representatives is that we are telling the disgruntled lawmaker that on the other side, we are telling them that all of them should be there and let the Speaker of Fanati or Chief Fanati should be sitting and presiding, and all of them go to sit on him, and then we get our petition over. That is our concern. We don't care whether the rebel or the what. It is not our concern. Our concern is that Tuesday, all of them should be at that house because their districts will be there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, what is your name and where you call from?
This is Elijah Santo calling from Marshall Road.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My point is this. For President Kofa were appointed by his district.
He was elected.
Okay. He was elected as a representative of his district. Okay, now he was elected also in the House of Representatives as Speaker. So now he elected by all appearance or in different counties. Okay. But now he was elected in the House as a Speaker, and those are in the House, they don't know him anymore. Okay. For me, I don't talk anything. Okay. Let him agree to get the office out.
Thank you.
Let that go out as peace. But now I start to advise my fellow Liberians. We shouldn't go in the street tomorrow to see on the protest. It was not you that appointed Funati. Now for Funati, being your children in Chapati. Let us stay at home on Tuesday. Let the let the people go there. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's get this final caller. No time. You are the final caller. Go ahead. What is your name?
I'm Abraham Chucky, calling from Winston, Puebla.
Winston, go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, one thing I'm looking at tomorrow is the situation will be very peaceful, but the security apparatus will not want to be peaceful.
That's what you see.
Where, yeah, that's what I foresee, because they want to restrict, they want to do so many things, they want to do so many things over there tomorrow, and whereby it will be peaceful, that will be the chaos tomorrow if they go like that. Okay. Because they too got to know that the people have their right to assemble anywhere to do anything besides violence. Okay. But they will not want to go because they are already on the side of the executive and the renegade group. So they want that side to be successful. So we should not go down well with the Liberian people.
Thank you.
So we should look at it keenly. They should be very careful. If not, so things will go up there.
Thank you.
Yes.
This person continue to call. We can squeeze them in. Let's see. Wow. The callers don't want to leave our neck. So, folks, I think we will hold it as it is no time. We have already got 30 minutes into our extra time here. And CEO will just conclude from his end while this person continue to call. CEO, let me just give a point in 30 seconds. 30 seconds, please. What is your name and where you come from?
My name is Afra. We are calling from the Fury community. Indeed, it's a privilege of a person to call on your platform. But let me say this. Under Article 17, it gave the Liberian people the right to peacefully assemble.
And that's why you will do tomorrow.
Yes, it's a challenge. There is no party that will assemble tomorrow. You know what? We are made of talking. We can talk for nothing. Nobody will assemble that tomorrow. If anybody assemble that tomorrow, I resign from calling on your radio station. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, CEO, welcome back.
That's very interesting. People now don't even believe in the civil society to take the rightful action that they intend to take. Because protest is liable under the Constitution, but it looks that from time to time people have not shown fortitude and honesty.
Honesty, that's what I want to say.
Honesty. In fact, some people, in fact, they go to protest because they take money. They are being accused. Some people go there with sincerity. They go there with their whole heart. We hope that this protest is not intended to engender any pecuniary or financial gain for one or two persons just because they want to get some money and get people cheering in the street. If they believe in this protest, they can go ahead and do it peacefully and not destroying people's property and being violent. We do not support violence. But let me just recap what Fanatic Kofa is looking for, and I will give my exit, and Archie will continue his program or end his program. The release sought by Fanatic Kofa under the Bill of Information is one. He wants the Supreme Court to declare the actions of the purported Speaker Kuhn and members of the majority black and void ab initio and sections or hearings and decisions that are in violation of the court's ruling and final judgment ultra virus and unconstitutional. In other words, this is the time that the Supreme Court will come clean. They will actually come clean now, whether they agree with him. Because if they rule against that particular portion, it means they don't. Then the majority black win. If they rule in that for that particular section, that particular number one, then it means that the majority black lost. So this particular article will definitely determine whether the Supreme Court is ruled in the majority favor or the minority. Then two, further determine that actions purported Speaker Kuhn and Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler and other members of the majority black is define the court's ruling and judgment. They want also the court to rule and make it clear on their ruling that what the majority black is doing, including the speaker, Kuhn and Thomas Fowler are doing, is defiant of the Supreme Court ruling. This also is going to bring a clear ruling of the Supreme Court. The last one is to rule to order the Justice Minister, the Attorney General, Counselor, and also to publicly recall his opinion misinterpreting the court's ruling. If the Supreme Court rule and ask the Justice Minister to retract his opinion, his opinion, it means the majority black lost. So the three articles will determine if the majority black lost or won. And we are looking forward to seeing it. Actually, thank you for your new software, and thank you for bringing me on. I enjoyed the program a lot, and look that you got more. We got to be jealous now. You got more people listening to you now than we thought. Thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much.
You're welcome. So, folks, this is how we like to conclude today's edition of the program. But before we just conclude, there is this test message we have to read. This one says, "What is wrong with Liberians? JFK was elected by the Liberian people through representative election. The folks calculate the votes, and JFK won with time. Then what? What are you trying to say? Won with times the number of people in the district. Yet others are saying he was not elected by the Liberian people." It's sad to hear. An anonymous caller. Okay, so this is how we like to conclude today's edition of the program, the Wake Up Call on Blaze Radio. My name is Archie Sebob Yene. And of course, remember, don't always trouble before trouble troubles you. Have a wonderful time ahead of you. And this is how I like to say goodbye. Join us tomorrow, Tuesday, for another wonderful edition of the program.